Look, Owen Wilson's been a fan favourite for over 30 years, starring in everything from comedies to dramas and action flicks. Now he's turned his attention to television, playing a washed-up pro golfer who discovers a young prodigy. 9 US correspondent Jonathan Kersley spoke to Owen and his co-star Peter Dager about Stick.
Things were supposed to be different for me. I look in the mirror. I would not bet on that guy.
Owen and Peter, guys, what an extraordinary show this is. Tell us what it was like for you guys being involved.
The show was kind of about, our kind of relationship. And, my character, Bryce Cahill, in a lot of ways kind of failed at his life. And then I find this kid who is a phenom.
What's your name?
I'm not into older guys, but I'm flattered.
Hey, get out of here.
And this is my chance to kind of redeem myself and our struggle to sort of figure out how that dynamic will work.
And we can learn something out of the game of golf about the game of life, can we?
Oh,
Yes,
God.
yeah. We talk about it a bit in the show. Yeah, well, it can't be mastered, but it's just such a moment-to-moment game. And you gotta have, what's it called? Is it the memory of a goldfish? You just gotta be present. And you work so hard, but when the moment comes, you just gotta trust that it's there and you gotta play your game.
You gotta know how to get out of the sand.
Yeah, you gotta know how to get out of the sand. You gotta be brave, take risks when you need to. It's a beautiful game, yeah.
But they do say it's a metaphor for life. It always seems like the things that they say are a metaphor for life are always hard. Why can't walking down at the beach and just having a milkshake be a metaphor for life? Yeah.
Well, there's something beautiful about failing too so much and knowing that you're getting better at something.
I've been on the golf course. I can tell you there's no enjoyment in failing on the golf course whatsoever.
That's what that definition of golf is, a good walk spoiled. But when you do connect on a good shot, that feels pretty great.
Sweet spot, isn't it?
Oh, God.
I found a kid who swings a golf club like a dream.
This was hilariously funny at times, but also mixed with this heartbreaking, heart-pulling sadness in others.
Being present, it's sort of like it's embedded into the show, but every day is going to be different. You're going to wake up, you're going to get up at 5 a.m. to go shoot, you're going to feel different, but just like
Or not get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Did he sleep in?
There was
One day.
Pounding on the door, no one can reach him. That was actually a good sign because you'd gotten that relaxed, because in the beginning you weren't sleeping very well.
No, I wasn't. No.
Because he was trying to get his head in the game, wasn't he?
Yeah. My head
The fact that you could fall asleep that soundly,
I know,
was a sign that, okay, you're comfortable
It was a
now.
miracle, but Owen gave me the side
The
eye all
master
day.
had relaxed the apprentice, if I can put it that way.
Yeah.
I gave him a few. Glad you could make it.
You don't need to cut the corner here.
Why go around when you can just go over?
And I know you were recently in Australia.
Yeah.
Would you think about heading out there, maybe doing something on the Australian greens out in Australia with the pair of you again?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the country definitely loves golf, and I played in Sydney at this New South Wales course, and then I played a lot in the Gold Coast. And yeah, that would be a great place to film.
Which was your favourite one, the Sydney one or the Gold Coast course?
Well, I played much better at the Gold Coast, so that's my favorite.
Look at this beautiful course we've got here.
Yeah, look at that.
I could almost ask you to teach me a thing or two about how to putt, because you've taught the kid a thing or two.
Yeah, I feel I'm a really good putter, and I don't have good form, but I think from playing pool as a kid and stuff, there's something about the angles. It's a geometry that I understand.
Yeah, well, let's do the putt. Let's go, Owen. Let's see what it's like.
Okay.
It's a little 6-footer.
Yeah. Oh,
Straight
I hit
over,
it too
straight
hard.
over the back. The master who was driving par 4s in one shot.
Oh,
straight in.
This guy's unbelievable.
All right, come on. For your country. Come on.
He got it.
Oh, he got it.
Nice. Nice.
Come on, way to putt.
That's true commitment there. Well, great stuff. Everyone's a winner. Stick premieres tomorrow on Apple TV+. It looks fun.
I love his
that.
draw.
Oh, yeah. Draw.
Comedy legend Owen Wilson is taking a huge swing, starring in a new sports drama series. He plays an ex-golfer who finds a second shot at life through a troubled teen prodigy. And 9 US correspondent Jonathan Kersley sat down with some of the cast of Stick.
Hey, you're that golfer, aren't you? Bryce Cahill. Used to call you Stick, right?
Yep, that's me.
Mariana, Lily, Mark, what a lot of fun this is, and thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely.
I'm super excited.
Let's
like
start down the
Australia.
end, Mark. What was the best thing about this for you?
Spending time outside I think if I really think about it.
Fresh air, like we are now. On this beautiful golfing
Golf
course that we've got here.
I think the one thing that people don't realize about acting is just how much you have to be stuck in a trailer.
Yeah.
And the idea that, you know, in between takes, you'd be like, I'm just going to walk over to the lake, you know, where I'm just going to sit on a golf cart. I'm just going to drive around. It's nice.
Fresh air and a view.
Totally.
Burnouts on the golf cart, though?
A little bit.
I found a kid who swings a golf club like a dream. What's your name?
I'm not into older guys, but I'm flattered.
Hey, get out of here.
Who coached him?
His dad.
Why'd he stop playing?
His dad.
I'd like to try to qualify him for the U.S. Amateur Championship. I think he could win it all.
I felt this was a way beyond golf. This was about character building. This was about family, even though the characters, without giving too much away, not all interconnected in the same family, but this felt like it was all about love and emotion and growth.
Yes, exactly that.
And I think something that is really special for, you know, a show that technically is a comedy, I think there's a lot of humanity.
Yeah.
I think what I loved about this too is that, you know, you kind of always get the sense through this that much like a golf course, the grass is always greener, but the ground underfoot you have now is perfect. It gives you that realization of be in that moment, be where you are now. And I think the audience can take some stuff out of this.
Yeah, and how the ground, as you're speaking of, it is, I know it's like a commonplace, but you make the way as you keep walking it. And golf exemplifies this idea as well. You know, as you know, you have to go embark on a little journey of 18 holes.
And don't get stuck in the sand or fall in the water.
Which is existential.
But you will.
You have to make like
Exactly.
decisions.
That's right.
You have to like, it's an introspective, contemplative sport, but once you swing, it goes a long way.
Sometimes you're going to make the putt, other times you're going to wind up in a sand trap.
Yeah.
Yes, and sometimes you could be watching by the sides, right?
And sometimes you're going to throw your club.
What was it like being on set with this man? Because he is extraordinarily funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is. Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I noticed when I got into the set. Everybody was a fan of Mark.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody that set was like, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark is on
Everyone's having a
set.
meltdown
You know,
over it.
everybody
Except for Mark.
loves him.
Yeah, everyone's a fan of Mark.
See,
Mark
it's
is-
that
Except for Mark.
self-deprecation, isn't it? You know, humble and modest to the absolute
Yeah.
entity. Mark has this brilliant sense of bringing comedic timing, comic timing to it. But at the same time, on comes the switch, and there's the Jekyll and Hyde almost style
Yeah.
star of acting, the beauty of acting.
Well,
Yes.
I'm glad that came across. I feel like the emotion was real because, you know, even like me and Owen are really kind of beat up guys, you know, in real life, you know, so our relationship happened immediately. And then we all had this sort of understanding as we got to know each other that I think was genuine and that really came across in the show.
You've put everything you've got into this kid.
How good are you?
Like really good.
Like really, really good?
Yeah, all the reallys. And I'm just nervous. If it goes sideways, I don't know if he'll come back this time. This game takes and it takes. The game's finally giving me something back.
What do you want the audience to take out of this series?
I want them to have what you had before you started on camera. I want that the emotions, the laughter, and the sort of the crying of connection to
That's
sort of
right.
happen all
Exactly.
throughout.
Because I was a,
Yes.
I was a blubbing mess.
Yeah.
I mean, I was down here in tears. We've had to hide the tissues because there were that many
Yeah.
here.
But it's
I mean,
sweet. It's sweet, right? It feels good. It's cathartic.
Yeah.
It is,
very
because
good.
then in come the nerves and you just freeze up like a complete stick. Well, Mariana, Lily, Mark, thank you so
you
much for
so
talking
you.
to us.
We're like Butch and Sundance, like Thelma and Louise, like Turner and Hooch.
You know all those characters died, right?
Hooch lives.
No, Hooch takes a bullet and bleeds out at the end.
Why? That's so unnecessary.
I really like the look of this. Stick premieres on Apple TV Plus tomorrow. John Kersley there on his new golf show. Is really
So great.
It's such a
I
great-
love that for him.